Shakira tickets on the way, 7 o'clock hour. It's your guy, Joey Boy.
What up? It's JD.
And it's Sienna.
So funny because no moms in the studio, right? Sienna, no moms?
No moms.
But we're going to ask this question. 833-730-6377. How old is too old to breastfeed? How old is too old to breastfeed? John Daniel out in a little stroll yesterday, and he's asking the question, really.
Okay, safe space. Are we in a safe space here?
We'll see. What are you going to say?
Those of you in your car on the app, are we in a safe space? No, I just asked this because I'm dog sitting because my dog is in LA for the summer, so I'm dog sitting a friend's dog. And so I'm walking yesterday, and I'm just going to get right to it. I'm walking by this bench, and I swear on everything, I see a kid who is absolutely breastfeeding. And when I mean kid, I mean this person looks like a full-blown child that can take himself or herself to school breastfeeding in public.
Wait, how old are we talking, though?
I'm talking like at least 5 or 6.
Okay.
So I just was really thrown off because I'm coming to you guys from a space of like, I don't know, because I believe when I was younger, probably around 2, I stopped breastfeeding.
So you think 2 is the age?
That's what I think. I asked my mom, she said around 2.
Your mom said the same thing?
My mom said the same thing. So I don't know how old you have to be when you're done breastfeeding. I just thought it was really weird. It creeped me out. It ruined my walk. I took my AirPods out. I'm like, wait, all right.
Okay, dude. You got to normalize it.
But in public,
feeding her child.
I get it. But in public, I have no idea. I'm coming to you as I'm curious.
Now, see, I know you don't have babies, but you have friends with babies. You've brought that up.
Yeah, I have godsons. I have nieces. Friends are popping out babies left and right. So I will say I have been a little ignorant to the fact that, I don't know what age is good or bad, but I always thought it was like 2 or 3. But now having friends and, little cousins and stuff like that, I feel like as long as the baby and the mom have that connection, because it's more than just actual milk and, nutrients, there's, the connection and the bonding as well. I feel like it can be that age, 5 or 6. Who's anyone to tell the mom or the child to stop breastfeeding if it's still working for them?
I agree with you. I have 3 kids, and the last 2 were breastfed, Cruz and Gia. And I think when we did it, this was just us parenting. We did it until they went into preschool. So we're thinking about 4 years old. Before we started, weaning off and giving them milk, out of a cup or something like that. That way. That was just us, though. I don't know what the right age is, but I'll just go and I'll play the game. I'll say 4 before they go into preschool.
But on the boob, not just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. Gia was a fanatic.
Oh, was she?
She was a fanatic.
Did your ex-wife like breastfeeding? Because I know it's harder for some women.
It's harder for someone. She did like it because, like you said, it was a bond between her and the babies. On Amber's, I have stepkids as well. The first babies, they always give her a hard time with wow, you love Cruz and Gia way more than us. Her first, the first 3, she didn't. So she wanted to have that experience. So she did it with Cruz and Gia. And she said that it was a real bonding experience and she loved doing it. But I think she decided. I just was along for the ride. I was like, I totally agree before they go to school. And we put both kids into preschool. So I'll say 4 or 5. I think it's okay, JD. But you're saying 5 or 6?
I'm saying I don't really know if I have an opinion. I'm just going to speak from my own experience of I was done at 2. Because I'm a genius baby, obviously.
Okay,
obviously.
There we go.
Yeah.
This kid was just fully grown. It just threw me off. I haven't seen that in so long. I don't even remember the last time I saw something like that.
Yeah.
Not saying it's bad, obviously. I want to make that very, very
you kind of are.
I'm
Can't
not.
wait for the mamas to come at you,
mamas
brother.
calling, cancel them.
Okay. All right.
Cancel them.
Today's your day.
Yeah.
Don't wow me.
Judgment day for you, JD.
Shame on you.
He says 2. Wow. He hates 3 and 4-year-olds.
I don't know.
He says 6 months. That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Wow. I don't know if there's an appropriate age. I feel like, it is what it is. But I feel like throughout the years, it has been normalized. I don't trip at all. I feel like it's more, you see it more. I know I see it more often of women just breastfeeding their kids, their babies, and I think nothing of it. But, JD's a different kind of person.
Stop. No, I'm just coming from a curious point of view because this child was very grown. And I just never seen anything like that. So I'm asking the question, not projecting my opinion.
How old is too old to breastfeed is the question because JD is ignorant. All right.
Because place to be right now.
How old is too old to breastfeed is the question. It's live. Morning Mess. Happy Fridays. Joey boy.
It's JD.
And it's Sienna.
We do have the staycation set up coming up in moments while we catch up cheaters live on your radio. But let's talk about the important things in life. Like JD thinks it's gross for women to breastfeed their children. Wow.
No, that is not what I said.
Wow.
Do not listen to this man. I was walking downtown. I was walking a dog that I'm dog sitting this weekend, and I saw a full-blown grown child breastfeeding in public. I don't think that
He's
that's
jealous.
wrong. I do not think that's wrong. I'm just curious.
Normalize it, JD.
Yeah.
This kid looked 14, 15. No, I'm kidding. It was
Okay.
like 6 or 7 years old.
Okay, so we asked you know what, we're really asking the question, how old is too old? Now, we have a lot of people calling. We have our opinions about this. I know I spoke as a father. I know when we got our kids into school, preschool, we stopped about 4. That was mommy's decision. I supported it, and that was it for us. I don't judge if a kid is 5. It's pushing it for me, honestly. So 6 or 7, second grade, kind of crazy. But we ask you, well, how old is too old? We have Libby on the line from Gilbert. Libby, how old is too old?
So I don't think that there is an actual age. So based on research I've done, because I wanted to be a breastfeeding mother. I mean, I have 17 kids like you, Joey, so I totally get it.
Hello.
My last 2 babies, I did my research, went to Lecture League meetings, and I was completely dedicated and committed to breastfeeding my kids. My daughter, 4.5, she self-weaned at 16 months because I was pregnant with baby number 4. Baby number 4 is 3 years old as of August. We tried weaning her. We, as in me.
I love it.
And, we tried, and it worked for 5 days. But, Joey, it's more than just the milk. It's comfort.
Right.
And I just want to know, based on what supporting evidence from these people who have such strong opinions can they use and say, this age is too old? No, this age is too old.
Right.
The national average is about 6 or 7. So it's more than just the milk. There's just so much more behind that. And I feel like if people actually did research and knew about breastfeeding and what it's about, they would have a better understanding of there is no right age. It's between mom and baby and when they feel it's right. I'm not even saying that I don't get annoyed, I'm irritated, and I'm tired and I want my body back. But at the same time, she's my baby, and if she needs me, that's great. And
Okay,
then
what about junior high, though? She gets to junior high. Is she done at that point? You cutting her off?
Well, what you had mentioned, too, is, what if she asks her teacher or whatever at school? Both my kids go to daycare, and they have never once asked their teacher for milk.
So talking to my friends, I feel like I've learned a couple of things, and I feel like when your baby asks for milk, they don't go to the dad for milk. They're always going to go to the mom.
Exactly.
Because they also understand that it comes from their mom and not their dad. And plus, it's a routine kind of thing. So when they go to school, it's kind of a routine thing, before bed or for breakfast. So when they go to school, they're not asking to be breastfed.
It's not. That's true.
So 6 or 7 is totally fine with you, you say?
If she wants to go that long, I am more than not going to try to be irritated.
Okay. So even a second grader at that point?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if that's what she needs and she wants, I'm saying it's more than the milk. Please understand
Right.
that. It's more than just milk.
I feel like it's just weird.
Wow. Cancel them. These kids are bonding with their mom, bro.
It really is.
And might I say, it saves mommy, daddy, single moms money. Think about that.
Very true,
You
yeah.
know how expensive Similac is, especially if your kid like JoJo, he had a real sensitive tummy. They have different tiers of these Similac things. JoJo had to, of course, have the most expensive one. It has a gold cap. Those things were $40 just for one.
$40?
$40. They went the first tier. This is back in the days too. We're talking JoJo's 20. It was the first one was 26. Then it'll go to 34. The most expensive, $40 sometimes plus tax every time. And so I'm assuming, maybe mommy is, I can't imagine how much money she's saving by breastfeeding.
That's a huge plus, Joey.
Yeah, that's a big plus, saving all that money. All right, Miss Libby Lou, thank you for the call.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good morning, guys.
Don't tell me what to do.
I will.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Too cute. All right, Libby, thanks for the call. Listen, coming up next, we're going to talk to, they might side with you. We have Nick in Phoenix.
Oh, that doesn't help me. A grown man.
Yeah, there you go.
We have a guy on hold who maybe agree with JD that 6 or 7 might be too old. I don't know. We just have a guy on the line. I thought only mommies were going to call about this.
Right.
But we're going to have another guy's point of view on.
I don't have an opinion, Joey.
Yes, you did. You thought
Stop
6 or 7 was
saying-
weird.
I just said it looked a little goofy to me.
Don't say goofy, okay?
Another mate's on the way. She's coming to the valley. We got you in the middle of how old is too old to breastfeed. As our very own JD was dog walking or dog sitting, taking your friend's dog for a walk. You saw this lady at the park on a bench breastfeeding a kid. You think it was about 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
You thought it was weird.
I just have not seen a full-blown child breastfeed like that in a very long time.
Let me ask you something, Sienna. If you were like walking downtown, you saw like a 6, 7-year-old breastfeeding. Would you think it's weird?
I don't think so. I will say maybe in my younger days when I just didn't know much about breastfeeding and motherhood, I would think it's a little weird. But now my mind is open because I have friends and family with little kiddos.
Right.
That breastfeeding is also a blessing too, because I know some women can't produce milk.
True.
So I feel like go as long as you can, sis. Do whatever you can.
All right. This is an interesting subject. We're all over the place. We have a guy on the line right now.
See, and I was like, I'm on your side.
You got this.
Another male point of view, JD. I don't know if he's going to help or hurt your case here, thinking it's weird for a 6 or 7-year-old to breastfeed. But we got Nick in Phoenix. How old is too old? And how old are you, Nick?
I'm turning 23 on Wednesday.
Perfect. You still breastfeed?
I mean, it depends on how you ask.
Wow.
My kind of guy. All right, Nick. So how old is too old for a child to breastfeed?
Okay, so this is an interesting topic because I was just talking about this the other day with my buddy. Bro, honestly, I don't know the answer because I feel like it's a little weirder for it to become normal when you get to a certain age to drink cow's milk rather than drinking your own species milk at an older age.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel like it's less weird to be drinking your mother's milk at an older age than it is to be drinking milk from a cow.
Very great
So-
point.
I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like people fixate on the baby drinking straight from the mom's boob. The child can be older and not have to drink it straight from the mom's boob. You're not going to find a 20-year-old drinking straight from the mama's boob.
Stop making eye contact with me, Joey.
No.
Why is it okay to drink milk from a cow's boob but not your own species?
Yeah, JD.
Stop yaying me.
No, totally.
Great point.
And I think because humans don't actually like do the milking themselves. They don't go through that process. They don't understand like how weird it is that we're the only species to drink milk from another species.
And another thing, one of my friends told me is that a lot of people are actually allergic to cow's milk because it's not made for you.
You're so smart. I did not know that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we should be drinking the hormones of like a 3,000-pound beast.
Okay.
The way he's putting it makes total sense, though, right?
Right.
Oh, no, I'm like a vegan activist. I'll be on it all day, but I'm not here to make anyone think something a certain way. I just kind of want to open people's mind a little, you know?
No, not at all, man. I appreciate that perspective. So it's not weird if a little boy, little girl is 7, 8 years old, drinking doesn't have to be from the boob, but mom just still lactating, puts them in a bottle, and they're still chugging their mom's milk at 7.
Yeah, I understand why people would like cringe and be like, oh, that's weird, because that's kind of just what society's made us think. But no, I think that's a lot less weird than going and grabbing some milk from Circle K or wherever, and I don't know.
If your mom was lactating, would you chug your mom's milk nowadays?
Yo, I'm good on that.
What? It's your mom's boob. It's your mom's milk, like you said.
All right.
All right. Hey, man, we appreciate that perspective, Nick.
Yeah, man, much love, you guys. Love the show.
Appreciate
Aw,
you, man.
thanks.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. You guys be safe.
Don't tell us what to do. All right, man. Well, safe to say is any moment JD could be canceled.
I'm good. At least I have the weekend. I have a good head start.
Yeah, there you go. Good perspective.
Don't promise in paradise. What? No, thank you for all the calls. Enlightening. So all that's to say, I think we can close the book on this chapter of this topic is there's no certain age.
Yeah, slam that book shut, brother.
You learned something new today, JD?
Did you learn something new today, future mother?
Wow.
I've already been very knowledgeable, so
All right,
don't come
good
at
luck.
me.
All right, let's get ready to catch up some cheers before we give our Shakira tickets. Who we tapping in with, CNs?
I mean, speaking of breastfeeding, it looks like Hunter's girlfriend is trying to avoid this whole situation in total. So he thinks his girl's cheating after finding a Plan B box in their trash can.
Of course.
Wow. That's called the transition right there.
Yep.
All right, let's find out if he get knocked up another.